Hi, my name is Karen Liu, and I am an author, holistic voice coach, keynote speaker, jazz diva, game designer, and integrative mindset coach. Can you tell I have ADHD? Most people, when they meet me, would never guess that I used to be really super shy. And so I'm going to tell the story of how I was a shy, bullied wallflower and became an award winning jazz diva. When I was in school, from first grade to eighth grade, I was bullied mercilessly. When they chose for sports, I was the last to be chosen, and I especially hated baseball. After school, I got chased and had names and rocks and sticks thrown at me. They would say all kinds of mean things to me, that I was a poor, ugly, stupid, clumsy, chinky eyed, four eyes, and make me cry. So during recess, while all the other kids would play with their friends, I would sit in a corner and I would read. Books, music, and my favorite teachers were my escape from a tough childhood. Books took me to a whole nother world and gave me a purpose. I entered reading contests and I did well. I was inspired by music. It fed my soul. It made me sing and want to dance, which dancing wasn't allowed by my parents' church, unfortunately, but I loved it. And my favorite teachers were often busy, but they helped me to get through the toughest times. Now, I had a deep desire to become a musician. So I took piano and flute and handbells and clarinet and choir to no avail. I didn't know I had ADHD, and my music teachers didn't know how to teach me. My piano teacher scolded me constantly for looking at my hands because I was only allowed to look at the sheet music, despite the fact that I had memorized four songs by memorizing my friends' fingers. My flute teacher was even worse. No matter what they did, I couldn't even get one decent sound out of that instrument. Now, handbells, you think that would be pretty easy, but I often got distracted and forgot to play my one note. My clarinet teacher was relatively better, and I even got to play some tunes, but I often forgot to wet my reed properly, which gave me problems. And in choir, well, I loved choir, but I auditioned every year for a solo and always failed, year after year after year. And by eighth grade, I had a meltdown in the cafeteria. I will never be a musician. I have no talent. But God had something in store for me. My family moved from California to Texas, and I got to go to Hearst Junior High, my first public school. At Hearst Junior High, I made good friends that were nice and fun and smart and understanding. My teachers were wonderful, and they helped me skyrocket my grades from C's to 5 A's and 1 B plus. And my choir teacher was so amazing. I loved Mrs. Childs, and she gave me my very first solo. Now, when I got to that stage, I was so scared. My arms were glued to my sides, and I got up on stage sideways like a crab. And I could not look at all 400 people in the audience, so I stared at the clock on the back of the wall. And I sang, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas." And everybody clapped and cheered. Oh my God. And in that moment, suddenly I knew that I was pretty. I knew that I had value. I knew that I had talent. And I was never the same. I went on from then to get a jazz studies vocal performance degree from Cornell College. I did an apprenticeship with an amazing jazz singer and pianist by the name of Eddie Picard. And I went on to win awards, to sing on hundreds of stages at all kinds of festivals and with amazing musicians. And today I am a holistic voice coach, and I get to every day help my students transform their voices, empower their lives, and have transcendent performing experiences just like I did. Thank you so much.